Hello everyone. I just wanted to show you what I was talking about when I was saying using your Cricut to use blackout and find a shape you like and then cut out the shapes so that you can use them as a page for a mini. Making my junk minis, I always like to make them out of cardstock that I have. It's not thick chipboard. It's strong enough, and if I find I want to make it a little stronger, I just do 2 pages and glue them together. But it's free. I get it from a friend of mine, and I just have to cut it up into pieces that I can use. It's recycling at its best. So my cardstock I've cut into a jar shape. I used that from what was that? I think it was off of Doodlecharms. I'm pretty sure it's Doodlecharms. And then it has a layer which gives you a reflection in the jar, and it gives you a lid. So the lid itself, no problem. That one is easy. But I thought I wanted to give it some dimension, so I took some plastic, sheet plastic that I have, cut it into a small enough piece to put on my Cricut machine, and I cut out the exact same thing, only with the plastic. So it's just a film of plastic. I'm not sure on the thickness of it. They do come in millimeter thicknesses, but I have a huge roll of it. I use it for, used to use it for a window in boxes when I'm making little card boxes. So that is my jar, and then I wanted to show you how I embellished the jar. Let me just find my jar. Hang on a second. I painted it and sprayed it with Glimmer Mist. I used glitz sprays. I used Glimmer Mist. I even used this, which I bought at a show, and it is like a sand mixed with glue. So when it hardens, it's got the texture of sand, beach sand. And so I decided to stamp my image onto my card. I tried to find fairies. I wanted to find, a lot of women have been doing fairies in the jars, and so what I wanted to go through all my stamps and find little images of fairies, butterflies, that whimsical type of stuff. So I found a couple of different fairies. This one's sitting on a flower. That one was cute. I thought I'd use that. And I also used these mushrooms at the bottom of the jar, so I thought that would be kind of cool. And then I put a couple of little sort of fun 70s, 60s type retro ones. So I stamped on my jar. I glimmer sprayed and did those kind of things, and inking and stuff to give it some color. And I did stamp and emboss this, and then colored it in with my Copic pens. I probably should have used a brown or a black, because the one that I did use in my embossing powder is silvery, and it's kind of shimmery, but it doesn't show up as well as I thought it would. So next time I'll know. That's okay. And then my sand is at the bottom, and it's on there hard, so it won't fall off. It is plastic. It feels like plastic. It doesn't feel like sand. So then I thought what I would do is stamp my images separately. I didn't want to do them on the background. I wanted to pop them up. So I took my little fairy that was, I embossed it, and then I painted in, or colored in with my Copic markers. But I cut my stamp apart so that it would give dimension to my flower. Where's my other ones? Oh, then I colored all these ones in with my Copics and glimmer sprayed them. So I've got all these little butterflies that I'm going to put in the jar, and my little mushrooms that I will add to the bottom of the jar. Then I will put my clear plastic on top once I've got it all put together. And I'll put my little jar lid on the top of it. And so eventually my little jar will come together and it'll look three-dimensional. I won't have to put pop dots because I've got this. This is sort of three-dimensional as it is, so it's already popping up the center. That's why I didn't do it down by the edges, so that I could actually glue that down. But I'll use a clear glue. So this is what I was talking about when it came to doing layers with my junk minis. I love messing around with all the stuff that I have, trying to use up what I have, because ultimately we could all do a little shopping spree in our own room from time to time, and junk minis definitely let you do that. And so I wanted everyone to know it. Don't be afraid of it. Try it. It doesn't matter what it turns out like. Everybody loves everybody else's artwork. Really, don't be afraid of trying it out. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.